In just a couple of minutes.
You want to do that one more time?
Yeah. Yes, if you haven't gotten an oil yet, feel free to go pick one out. It will be part of the experience. And then we'll start in just a minute.
And you'll also want the oil and a screenshot of the little write-up on whichever oil you got, so you can be reading that, studying that right now, and setting your intention. That'll be adding into part of your meditation tonight. So oil and a screenshot of the write-up of your oil.
Welcome, everyone, to tonight's experience. We are so happy that you are all here. On behalf of Jessica and Elizabeth, it's an honor to be able to welcome you. My name is Lizzie Jensen. I am a podcasting host, and it's an honor, most importantly, to say I'm also Jessica's sister. And so it's an honor to be here introducing Jessica and Elizabeth tonight, and to see so many faces of people that I know they love and I love as well. We wanted to give a few minutes to make sure you got your oil and the screenshot of the write-up, as well as get the live stream going. There's a live stream happening as well tonight, and a big thank you to Tommy and the team for making all of that happen seamlessly. Also, a huge thank you to Shannon Dent, a friend who came and put all the food together, and Robin Harmon, and I know so many of you who have contributed to making this event so lovely and warm tonight, and to Compass Gallery as well. So I want to just invite you as we begin to put your phones away. Jessica and Elizabeth have created this experience tonight to be a gift for you. It's obviously a big night of celebrating. They're launching their album, which is so exciting, but they wanted tonight to feel like their gift for all of you. So they want you to be as present as possible. Put your phone in a place you can't even think about it, and definitely not see it if that's possible for you. I was able to experience this new type of meditation probably about 6 months ago. Jessica was here and Elizabeth was in town, And they said, we would love to just try this on a few live guests. And so I went over with a few other people to my grandma's house, and they had us just sit there. And I've experienced meditation before, and I thought, I'm excited because I know Elizabeth is world-renowned and a really accomplished pianist, and I know that Jessica's incredible, but I've experienced meditation, so I wasn't coming in with an expectation of, like, this is going to blow my mind. And we sat there, and they let us kind of pick what the first meditation was. And as the music started, and as Jessica's words began, truly it was an experience unlike anything I've had. And I asked my friend Kim before, does that sound salesy if I say that? Am I trying to pitch too hard? And she's like, if it's coming from your heart, never. And I truly meant it. Like, there was something about the visual nature of the meditation combined with the authentic, raw emotion played through an instrument from Elizabeth Borowsky that was truly unique. And the first thing I said through tears as I sat up, I said, you can't just say this is meditation. You have to give this a brand new name. It's unlike any other form of meditation I've ever experienced. And I think part of it is it's because it's coming from a place of vulnerability and rawness and pain and trial and shaping. And when you create out of that place, you create something different. And that's what you're going to experience tonight, and I'm so excited for all of you to experience this. I want to just do a quick introduction, and then we'll turn the night over to our two stars of the show, who would never want to be called that, but that they truly are. Elizabeth Borowsky is a pianist, composer, and educator who believes deeply in the power of music to transform and connect. She has shared her artistry with audiences in more than 35 countries around the world. As a composer, she has received commissions from soloists, ensembles, and organizations, including the Music Teachers National Association, with her works performed internationally. Originally from Maryland, Elizabeth has called New Hampshire home for the past decade, where she directs a vibrant teaching studio and inspires young musicians to discover their fullest creative selves. She also serves as a co-director of the Intermuse International Music Institute. Elizabeth describes Inner Harmony, their new album, as the most beautiful gift to emerge from a difficult year. Born from her journey through breast cancer, it is a celebration of resilience, hope, and the harmony that arises when music and meditation meet to heal the human spirit. And then we have Jesika Harmon, who many of you know because she lives right here in Utah County. Jesika has been a meditation and mindfulness coach for the past 6 years. Because meditation and mindfulness have benefited her in powerful ways, she's passionate about helping bring others and bring mindfulness into the middle of real life too, into parenting, work, relationships, and everyday challenges. This project has been a labor of love, and she can't wait to share it with the world. So please give, all the way from New Hampshire, Elizabeth Borowsky and Jesika Harmon a big, warm welcome. Check that later.
We're going to start right in to helping you relax and set an intention for this evening. So even though you might not be sure if you want to, we've provided some comfy spots up here. I want to invite any of you who are willing, if you want to lay or sit on a bolster in this opening guided meditation, come, please. Use the space. If you want to stay in your chair, just invite you to maybe put your purse or your phone on the ground. Move whatever, if there's anything on your lap. Perfect. If you want, you can take off your shoes. Yes, please, there's one more. And if at any point in this meditation you feel like you need to adjust or sit somewhere different, feel free. And if you'd like to grab your oil, dot a little bit on your hand, rub your hands together. And if you don't have it with you right now, we'll be doing another meditation where you can use it. Just rub it in your hand and take a deep breath. Even if you want to rub it on the back of your neck, feel free. Then I'm just going to invite you to start to settle in, which just means start to slow your breath. Let your eyes close if you'd like. Just invite you to give your mind, your heart, your body permission to relax. Then if you want to bring your awareness to your feet, to your legs, maybe take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine that breath moving through your legs, letting go of any tension or stress that might be there. And then bring your awareness to your hips, your back, your stomach. Again, maybe just using your breath, deeply inhale. And as you exhale again, just invite those areas to relax. And then maybe you wiggle your fingers, roll your shoulders, bringing your awareness to your arms. Again, letting go of any stress that might be there. And then bring your awareness to your neck, moving up to the top of your head. Inviting your neck to soften. And then see if you can imagine that from the top of your head, it's like warm honey is dripping down the front of your face. And as it pours down, everything it touches softens. Your forehead, your eyebrows, your ears, your cheekbones, your jaw, and then just imagine that warmth dripping down your neck and into your heart space. Good. And then I'd like to invite you to set an intention for your time here this evening. That means just having in your mind a desire. Maybe it's letting go of judgment and being curious to what you might feel or learn tonight. Maybe it's to have an open heart and an open mind. Maybe it's to invite curiosity. Or maybe it's just to be right here, right now. invite you to end with one or two hands on your heart space if you'd like, just on your chest. Taking one last deep breath in. Beautiful job. Thank you for trying that. Some of you, if that might have been the first time, you can start to let your eyes open. Maybe bring some movement to your hands. You're welcome. We're going to do a little bit more of this, but as we move into this next section, you can feel free to sit here on the ground. You can move back to your seat. But shifting the energy a little bit, welcome, welcome, welcome. So grateful that you would come and spend some time with us today. We're truly honored.
It was about 6 months ago that I was here, and we were in the studio recording, and I was in the midst of chemo. It was a short window of time that my oncologist said, your blood counts are okay. Before we move on to the next set, now's your time. So we made it happen. And it was the beginning of spring, and I fell in love with this area and the many people that I met, spending time with Jessica's family and friends, and I'm so happy to be here on the other side of treatments, finished radiation a couple weeks ago, and celebrating together and celebrating this very special project. It's been a transformative year with plenty of challenges, but honestly, this has been by far the greatest gift to come out of it.
Well, we're really honored to have Elizabeth here all the way from New Hampshire. I know Lizzie did do a couple of shout outs, but we just have to thank a couple of people that we're so grateful to. As you already experienced and are hearing, we could not have done any of this with the amazing Tommy Moore. Tommy, you can come out again if you would. The sound, the video, anything that you'll experience on Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube after this, it's all in thanks to Tommy Moore with Tommy Moore Presents. So
I would say he also helped us dream big with this. He's like, no, let's do video and audio, and let's do a performance release event. So Tommy, what do you?
Are you coming out, Tommy? We're going to give him a round of applause. You'll see him when he comes out to start the video a little bit later. Huge thank you to, where'd you go? The lovely Lizzie Jensen. Oh, of course, right there. If you haven't listened to her podcast, The Lizzie Jensen Show, you will want to. It is such a beautiful way of telling stories in a way that inspires you to live the life you want, a life that you love. So a huge thank you and shout out to Lizzie for supporting this. Shannon Dent, I know she said thank you to you, but will you just stand? Thank you to Shannon for the flowers and the food. So grateful for the beauty and grace you bring to this. And Shannon has her own, I didn't think I would cry, her own cancer journey. So it's been an honor to have her heart into this as well. Thank you, Jen Garrett with doTERRA. You met as you walked in, and you probably felt the love as you passed her, who allowed us to use some oils tonight. If that's something that's new to you, just invite you to try a beautiful way to really engage your senses as you do something like meditation or listening. So I'm going to invite you with the other two meditations we do to rub a little on your hand if you want. Of course, if you don't, that's fine too. And she'll be here if you have any questions or would like to know more. So thinking that this couldn't happen with so many people. Thank you to Great Harvest Bread, who gave some delicious bread that you may taste later. You'll notice in your gift bags a beautiful print by Jenna Marie Ward, who so lovingly printed for each of us. So a huge thank you. And you'll notice, if you would like to take under your seat, there are some lovely little foot scrubs you can put on the bottom of your shower. Thank you to Riley Reed with Sandbar, if you'd like to try. thinking the more we can give you tonight that can really give you experience to all of the different pieces that can be part of your wellness journey. So many different things can support each of us. Elizabeth will be the first to say how grateful she is for the medical side, the chemo, the radiation, the doctors, the team, but also how beautiful to have other modes, other resources that can help along your journey.
I'd like to say thank you to Sarah Landry, who handcrafted the beautiful soaps that are in your bags, and they include a lilac and a oat and honey, and the oat and honey is made with, both of them are made with goat's milk and with actual honey and oatmeal and all kinds of good things for you. I also want to say thank you to those who contributed to making my travel here possible, to Kirsten Ellen, to Samantha Hedendorf and QMS Earth, to Xing Huang, Monique and Frank Drescher, Lisa Kazmara and Robertus Prajogi, and to my parents, Charles and Cecilia Borowsky.
Huge thank you. And we had to do those thank yous. Some of them couldn't be here and they're watching from afar. So just a big round of applause for everyone. And for all of you who came here tonight, we couldn't have done this without you. So thank you.
So I'm sure that many of you have seen the trailer in terms of how this came to be, and if you haven't, then you can go onto the event page and watch it at a later time. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about the behind the scenes, how this actually happened. Well, truthfully, a couple of days ago when I arrived, we started thinking about that, and we have no idea.
Which session was it? What did I say? What did you say?
How did it happen? What happened is Jessica reached out to me. What happened is we met 24 years ago. What happened is that she was there when I needed her and guided me through some of the biggest challenges of my life. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. For each session that we met online from New Hampshire to Utah, we would spend about an hour together talking over the biggest challenges that I was facing that week. And they were constantly shifting depending on what was on my mind and heart and what was happening with treatment. And Jessica would listen, ask questions, and then offer a meditation that directly responded to my needs. And then she would send me an email summary, a beautiful written summary of what we talked about, but through a new filter of how I can process these challenges. And there would always be a beautiful title to that message that was essentially the essence of that session. And those messages and those titles became the backbone of this. In fact, the titles became
many
track
of them.
titles.
And it was beautiful to watch as well, whatever she decided on that week to work on, whether it was a mantra, whether it was a visualization, whatever it was that could aid her in what was causing her the most pain, what was giving her the most challenge that week. And when you have someone who's willing to follow through on what you encourage and invite them to do, then it just has profound impact. So it was lovely to witness.
As Jessica mentioned, there were so many elements to treatment, the support of friends near and far. If someone is going through something difficult, don't ever think that it's too little to send a card or to tell them that you're thinking of them or praying for them.
I think you have 3 walls of cards in your house. She started putting them on the wall, just the people that would send a little note.
And one by one, they started convincing me that if so many people care, then I have to care about myself too. And if so many people are praying, then I need to pray too.
That's beautiful. One of the, probably my favorite experiences that came out of one of our sessions, that's actually the first track title. In your bag, you'll notice if you want to pull out, there's a little card that has pink color, and it has the list of the tracks. We're just going to give you a little insight and a taste of couple of these meditations.
It looks like this.
Yes, just if you want to follow along. And would love if you would share the first one, I am more than my body, kind of how that came about.
There is no way to get through this without change. And one of the most obvious to the outside world is the physical change. The hair, the eyebrows, the eyelashes, but many other challenges along the way, night sweats, sleepless nights, and pains and aches and surgeries, and the list goes on. we had met just as I had lost my hair and basically shaved my head, and I was wondering how I could look at myself in the mirror. It was hard. It was, I'd been anticipating it for a little while, but still, suddenly it was real, and there was nothing I could do to change that. Jessica asked me how this impacted my sense of self. And I said that this is not a style I would have chosen, but now I'm going to have to own it one way or another. And we went into the meditation, and she asked me to consider coming up with a word that would describe how I would like to feel. And the word that I came up with was elegant. And we finished the session. She included it in her email, and we went on with our lives. But within 24 hours, that word came around to me unprovoked.
3 different people.
3 times. Friends or strangers. And the one that I want to share with you, I was at a local grocery store, and a woman tapped me on the shoulder, and she was one of the employees. And I had met her weeks before. It had been at least a month, maybe a month and a half. And somehow she recognized me, and I was not looking like myself. I was not feeling like myself. I uncharacteristically went to the store in sweatpants, and not cute sweatpants, snow boots, a puffy jacket, glasses, a hat. I don't know how she possibly recognized me when we had met once. And she asked me how I'm doing, and I said, I'm going through chemotherapy. And she said, but you look so elegant. And I should have cried, but I laughed. I was shocked. I was like, how did you come up with that word? And she said, honestly, I don't know. It just came to me.
And it was beautiful as I got these texts, 3 different texts. Wait, someone else just called me elegant. Wait, someone else just called me elegant. And I just think how beautiful when we have our minds open to new perspectives and new ideas. It helps our brain look for things to support that can benefit and help us in beautiful ways. So, Tommy, cue I am more than my body. We wanted to do another meditation for you, but play it as if you were at home watching it on YouTube or listening to it on Spotify or Apple Music. And again, as she just described, it grew out of her experience learning that actually change is necessary. Change can be beautiful, and I am more than my body. So I invite you to settle in again. If you would like to stay down here, if you want to go back to your seat, to a comfortable position, and we'll all experience I am more than my body.
in nature. The sunshine, the blossoms on the spring trees, the fresh air. Use your imagination to visualize it. Just soak it in for a moment. Then invite you to become aware that whatever it is you are imagining is what it is because of change. The sun goes down each night. The blossoms turn to leaves, which then fall off for winter. The fresh air is sometimes warm and sometimes cold. We can use nature to help remind us that there is purpose to change. And when we allow the changes to come, we might be pleasantly surprised at what comes. I am more than my body, and I can choose to allow change.
Go ahead and open your eyes. Just a little taste. For those of you who haven't really done much meditation, I'm really proud of you because it maybe feels like a long time to sit and try to focus on words. And if your mind wanders at any point, you're totally normal. Just bring it back when you notice, or just practice taking some deep breaths. The world we live in doesn't really support stillness. But stillness is the only way to come to know yourself, to come to know a higher power if you believe in one, the only way to become aware of maybe changes you want to make. And so back to how these tracks came to be, it was beautiful watching Elizabeth, which, if I can mention, she wasn't planning on completely shaving her head. She gave her partner, Tom, the clippers, just intending to kind of do a little buzz because it was just falling out so much, and forgot to put the attachment on. So he started up the back, and it was like straight shave.
He went straight through the center, and he goes, well, now you have a clown cut. And we started laughing, which was a lot better than I expected it would go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I am more than my body. And these are meditations that you don't just have to do when you're just sitting on a mat. You can listen in your car. You can listen on a walk, listen on a hike. They're intended to give you thoughts, to guide your mind to more helpful places.
Jessica, I want to speak to that. Actually, as I was listening to this, I was thinking, yes, it was inspired by and provoked by what I was going through at that moment, but couple layers. One is that I think we can all relate to challenges with our body and our body image. And I think a lot of the the challenges that I was facing had already been there for a long time, maybe my entire life or my adult life, but they were coming to a head through crisis, right? So you've helped me walk through these few months this year. But really, I think we would agree that this goes far beyond someone who is going through an illness. the world of everyone else go out and have dinner and see people eating and refreshed, and for a second completely forgetting, and then having that realization. It was right around the holidays, so I waited a while before telling people about my diagnosis. It wasn't until January, and I was a little bit nervous about sharing it. And I'm so glad that I did. Number one,
That's how I saw on Facebook.
And then there was a surrender to sharing, which meant accepting help and prayers and support and encouragement. There were these little surprise connections. One of the first provider appointments I had was maybe 5-6 days after the diagnosis. I think it was a little bit before Christmas. And there was a name that I didn't recognize, and it was an online appointment. I was at my parents' farm. And an hour before the appointment, the name changed. And I looked at the new name, and I go, I know that name, but it couldn't possibly be. But it was. It was one of my former students who saw my name in the list of patients and asked if he could take my case, and met with me knowing all the fears that I had about my body, with surgery and the possibility of neuropathy and lymphedema and many other things that would affect what I love doing. And he was one of the first people to connect, and that was just the first sign of I'm not alone.
And we included in your bags a couple of mantra cards that came from this, and that's one of them. That if you want to use as a bookmark or put on your mirror, that I think sometimes we feel so alone, and there's that temptation to think, I'm the only one going through this. No one knows how I feel. But as Elizabeth found in multiple ways every week, things that just happened, people that came into our life, people that were a part of this journey, that if you're looking for that, you'll find it. Track number 3, the only way forward is through. This is actually kind of a combination of something that kept coming up in our sessions, where she would kind of make a comment about something she was feeling and then try to just move past it. And I felt like I was constantly saying, no, just feel that. Let yourself feel that. If you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling sad, if you're grieving, the only way forward is through. We have to let ourselves feel our feelings in order to move through them. And I had some special thoughts and feelings as we were creating this meditation, and felt like
Can I share this with them, maybe? Sure. When Jessica reached out to me, she asked for a phone call, and we hadn't talked for these 20-some years. It was actually a big deal to get to speak with her, because I looked up to her so much. And I was like, oh my gosh, the Jessica Harmon is going to be calling me? What?
Never mind, you can't keep talking.
Wait. And we were talking, and she expressed why she wants to do this, and part of it came from a very personal and very fresh wound, losing her father-in-law, who is so dear to her and her family, to pancreatic cancer, and watching his struggle, his pain, his attempt to hold that pain privately for the benefit of family.
Yeah, it just always seemed like he was so strong when we'd be with him, but you knew he was suffering. And I just remember feeling like I wish there was something I could do to help. So when you listen to The Only Way Forward is Through, it's dedicated to Mark Harmon. Moving on.
Yes.
So, track 4, There's More to This Than I Can See, is probably one of my favorites, because it's a theme, oh no, I can't see very well, a theme, again, that came out in so many sessions, that, again, I think sometimes we think, why is this happening? Why do I have to go through this? And a mantra that my children will know I really live by is that all things work together for my good. And in this meditation, you're really invited to push your thinking and consider, do I believe that all things work together for my good? So I want to invite you to grab your journal in your bag. And if you're down here, you can go to your seat. There's a pen and a journal. And I just want to invite you for 1 minute to reflect on that thought. All things work together for my good. Do I believe that? Why or why not? Just take a minute. All things work together for my good. What does that phrase mean to you? Do I believe that? Why or why not? Give you about 30 more seconds. All things work together for my good. Invite you to write 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for about a challenge you've been through or a challenge you're going through. What am I grateful for about this challenge? Maybe 15 more seconds. To ask, no pressure, but if 1 or 2 of you would feel comfortable sharing maybe something you wrote or a thought that came or the thing you were grateful for. Would anyone be willing? Please, Liz, stand up, would you, so they can hear you? I'm so happy to see you.
She knows that I cry a lot, that I just said that I believe that on a very literal plane, that in the experiences of hard things, I have a hard time submitting and saying, this will be for my good. So I have a lot of work I can still do in that area to be able to experience hard things and not push back on them so much and not allow them to do the change in me that they can. So that was my first.
I love that, Liz. Thank you. So true. It's easy to see it as, oh yeah, I think that could be true. But to actually look for it and submit to it. Thank you.
Jessica, there was one in the back. I think.
Oh, please. Yeah, please. I'm glad. Nice and loud, if you would.
I'm grateful that I have experienced deep sadness and pain because it's made me soft and flexible and ready to open my arms towards others.
Thank you. It's really beautiful. What was your first name?
Zach.
Thank you so much, Zach. I love that. Thank you for being willing to share and reflect and just encourage you to, when you're in the middle of a challenge, when you're feeling feelings you maybe don't want to feel, just take a minute, write about it, and invite, if you believe in God or the universe, to show you how it can work for your good. And feel free to listen to that track. The only way forward is through. There is more to this than I can see. Oh no, the only way forward.
No,
Am I right?
you got it right. But
Yes.
speaking of good things,
Good.
I believe now's the time for a little prize.
Yes. Is that cheesy to in the middle of all this do a door prize? I think it sounds fun. And then we just have one more meditation for you to experience and hopefully really come away with some added perspectives. Tilly, do you want to choose it? Come on up. That's one of my favorite nieces right here. Okay, we have this amazing, from Riley Reid, Sandbar collection of goodness in here. Who's our winner? You, if you don't want it, Lon, you can choose. What do you think? I think your wife put your name in. Okay. Okay, try another one. Summer. Where's Summer? Summer? I am so... Congratulations. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Tilly. Maybe you can share a little bit of that with your mom, if she wants. So, very simply, the last couple of
Yes.
tracks.
So track 5 is There Is Plenty of Time, and this has always been a battle for me. I'm always juggling work and projects, and there's more that I'd like to do and more that I have to do than there's time for, and I think many of us can relate to that. And suddenly I had another full-time job, appointments and more appointments and more appointments, and research so that I could be informed for these appointments and ask the right questions, and communications with family and friends who were checking in from near and far. And this was all for my good, but it was all really hard to manage. And I was really frustrated and overwhelmed, stressed and anxious because I had never run that fast for that long.
And I think every time I talked to her, you could just feel I have this to do, I have this to do. Just the whole concept of time was so stressful. It was beautiful to witness as she shifted a little bit to another mantra I love, there's plenty of time for all that is needful, in watching her shift to, maybe I just need to seek some insight as to what is needful. There's plenty of time to do what I need to do right now. And a beautiful reminder, if you want to try that one, of how time can manifest differently in your life.
Track 6 is mantras and affirmations, and it's really like a menu which you can pick. It's a la carte. You decide what fits you on that particular day, and they're beautiful thoughts from our sessions that I've learned and practiced and highly recommend. They've been really anchors to finding the positive outlook through these few months, as well as other challenges along the way.
Yeah. So we'd love to invite you to just do one more meditation from this album. And again, if you want to come to a comfortable spot, anyone, if you want to put your oil on, rub it on your hands as you start to find one last comfortable position. And those of you that are like, I don't know, can I handle another meditation? Just inviting you to surrender to this moment. Thank you. Taylor's ready. I love you. And, oh, yay, Stephanie, come up. There's a few more mats if anyone wants. Yes, Emily, yay. While you're coming up and settling in, I just wanted to share, Lizzie alluded to it when she introduced us. But as we did these meditations back in April for several people and kept having in my mind that for some people who are trying these, this could be really meaningful. And the combination of the music and the meditation felt different than just original music and guided meditation, and felt like it needed its own name. So I got together a group of some family and friends that I love, started researching Latin, Greek, Hebrew, all sorts of words to find a word that could represent this type of meditation. And decided to put together the Latin word for sound, which is sonus, and a beautiful Hebrew word, nisayon, that means experience through trial, to make the word sanisa meditation. So that if and when you see that in the future, sanisa meditation basically means a meditation that can help you transform, alchemize whatever you're going through into helping you become something more. Because that is what I believe. Every trial that we face is meant to refine, teach, make us stronger and better for whatever purposes we might not understand. But when we look for it, we start to see. So if you'd like to, again, close your eyes, take a deep breath in. If you have your oil, go ahead and breathe it in through your nose. And if you'd like to gently close your eyes. And if at any point you're feeling uncomfortable, feel free to adjust your position. Or if your mind wanders again, don't worry. Just when you notice, bring your focus back to my voice. The only way forward is through. What you are going through right now is likely very hard. And many people in your life don't know how you feel. But you do not have to be strong for them. You are allowed to feel every single feeling. And actually, the only way to the other side of the uncomfortable feelings is through. Feelings is a practice of self-compassion. Our emotions give us information. This meditation is intended to help you recognize and feel an emotion, receive the information, and move on to a higher vibrational emotion. See if you can take a minute to become aware of how you're feeling right now. You might be feeling a lot of emotions. There might be sadness or grief or frustration or anger. Allow all feelings. Judgment, not telling yourself, I shouldn't feel that, or I should be through that. Let yourself feel. emotions that you're feeling. And see if you can hold it out in front of you, just imagining that word. And then I'd like to invite you to imagine that word is like a raft on a river. And then I invite you to get on that raft. Maybe you let yourself lay on that word. And just a reminder that instead of saying, I am angry or sad or whatever feeling you're feeling, remind you, you are not your emotions. But to phrase it as, I am feeling, fill in the blank. Maybe try describing that feeling as if you were describing it to a friend. Good. Now see if you can use your imagination to imagine floating up off of that raft. Just letting yourself float higher and higher up into the sky. And then see if you can bring to mind an emotion that you want to feel. Just letting go of that raft, of that river, and choosing a higher vibrational emotion. Feelings like anger, sadness, grief are low vibrational emotions. Feelings like love, hope, trust, peace are higher vibrational emotions. Invite you to choose one, and again, imagine it out in front of you. Just see that word. And then imagine that word is a cloud. And invite you to imagine laying on that cloud. Let yourself sink into that comfort, that lightness. Rest into that support. Even taking a deep breath in if you'd like. If you'd like, you can imagine breathing in that word as you inhale. And as you exhale, imagine that word filling inside of you. Try another breath if you'd like, breathing in that word. Letting it fill you on your exhale. Good. Allowing all feelings is a practice of self-compassion. thank you for trying that meditation. As you gently bring some movement back to your body, just invite you one last time to pull out your journal and write one thing you want to remember about this evening. One thing you want to remember. And then just offer our gratitude, our love, and thank you so much for coming tonight. You'll see over here a beautiful spread. Please take a plate and remember, all things work together for our good. Thank you so much. Namaste. Do you want to say anything else? Do you want to say anything else? Thank you for coming. Come get some food.